Rahul Bat Hadus Ashuk. So today we have a reading here. I got my beloved candle light lit. I got my water for the offering. I'm doing a rune reading today, you guys, and there has been a lot in the energy. Also, I apologize for being so inactive. I have been very busy on the physical, and I have been getting a lot of sleep because of that. So I have not had time to do a proper reading, and I wanted to make sure my energy was okay and that I had time to actually speak to you guys the next time I did a reading. So we're going to, let's just pull from there. We always have, Pertho always comes out, and again, this is literally like the gambling cup, the lot cup. If you look at this, like it's what you put dice in. So this is definitely like a gamble. That card's loud. This is a gamble. This is someone making a bet, a dare, someone signing a contract. Usually when this one comes out, what's revealed for my collective anyway, for the chosen, usually this is when you had an ancestor, a family member like mom, dad, grandma, grandpa, an elder, someone in the lineage who basically made a bet or a dare or a deal with the demon, and they kind of used you as like the feel for it. So if you're like, well, I'm agreeable, but why do I always attract this kind of person, and I'm trying to get out this cycle? I mean, sometimes it is that cycle that needs to be cleared and cleansed. Sometimes you do just need to learn when to walk away from people. But this entire like galaxy is disagreeable, so you're gonna have a hard time. Like they say, there's only 144 chosen, so not everyone is agreeable. Some are disagreeable, agreeable. Some are neutral. Some are neutral, agreeable, neutral, disagreeable, so forth. So I mean, if you're trying to live your life like, I'll never talk to a bad person again. I mean, when you go outside and like get your mail and you see someone walking by, high chance that person is evil or disagreeable, or just did some weird shit. So it's like you would literally have to get off this planet, out this galaxy. You would have to go to a safe haven, which build your own community. Even in those communities, people still have problems. Even when you meet people who are agreeable, if they're chosen, a lot of times they're dealing with a lot of trauma. So it's like you're not really meeting them at their best point, especially if they just pass a major test. You're kind of meeting them in a place where they do need isolation, and you probably shouldn't. You can be the reminder of the divine of God, but you shouldn't be like in their face. Oh, this is which one is this? Because I get this one. Is this Fehu? Okay, this is definitely Fehu. Had to check, guys. Sorry. So this is basically like your inheritance, but this is the things you work for. This is like the things that money buys. It's like these are things that you are currently working on, or you're wanting to work on, or things that you have worked on in the past towards your financial goals, or just like even if it's something creative or like spiritual, but you get paid for it. These are those things. These are those possessions. So. For some of y'all, you had this ancestor who basically backdoored you and signed you to a contract with the demon. That's why you have these people around you. And then it's like they're making you work for these things. Not that you shouldn't learn discipline and hard work, but for some of you, not all of you, only take it if it resonates, leave it if it doesn't. For some of you guys, this is literally like it's like you're paying off a loan, but it's your own money, and you don't know that it's your own money because they never like told you about it, and you just had no idea that you're basically working off your own money while they profit off of it. So it's like some of you are in that situation. For the rest of you, you need to learn hard work and discipline, and like hold down a job. You may want to do all these grand divine things and save the world and do this and that, but like at the end of the day, this world is still fallen and lowly. So I mean, even when these things rise up, they must come back down as per the laws of gravity and motion. So you send these things up to the heavens, and yes, they are agreed upon, they are looked over, they are sometimes even brought on the physical for you, just so you have like the experience to know, like, yes, you are backed by the divine, yes, you are supported, yes, you are protected, yes, you are ashugged with divine love. But it's like hadus ashugged. But it's like sometimes you have to realize, like, you may be focusing too much on what you think other people need and actually ignoring what they're saying to you. Like, hey, like, you're saying I need water, but I really want lemonade. It's like I've already drinking 10 gallons of water today. I know I'm sweating, but I really want to lemonade. You're like, no, take this water. I need you to drink it. You're like, dude, like, I don't even want to come to you for advice anymore because you're like forcing it on me. When we talk about human design and like say projectors, how their style is like wait for the invitation. Yes, my friend pointed this out. Like, yes, there's many types of different humans, especially if you have more than one seed in you, like star seed. So it's like, um, if you are a projector, you may need to wait for the invitation, but you also have to know like when to. It's like the difference between decorating the room that a candle's in, or spending all your time decorating a candle and not even getting to the room because you're just focused on the candle. So it's like this candle, like, yes, it's beautiful, but it's it's plain. It doesn't need to be too flashy. Some of you guys are too flashy at this time, and you're being asked to take a step back. You're being put in isolation. You're being told to kind of like be more reserved, especially when it comes to resources. You could talk about the things going on politically all day, the inflation, the trade embargoes, taxes, all this stuff, who's in office, whatever. But really, it comes down to how I say this. I can't say that. I just will say that financial freedom is on the way for a lot of you guys, if not already here. Some of you guys literally had that confirmation today where like maybe you didn't even see like the dream number in your bank account, like 000, like 6 zeros, whatever, followed by two, ones, 6 zeros, a million. But some of you guys, like, you talked to someone or like you got a confirmation that like, okay, like this is exactly what I pictured. Like, this is, some of you guys are getting it like soft luxury. We also have a ruse here. It comes out every time, or the aurochs, auras, auras. They said don't say that. So I made a video about this, but something that you want to keep in mind when using a ruse or working with the rune or the entity of the aurochs is you want to have purified intention at all times, which you can do with this mudra. And if you even want to do two, yes, it looks like the rock symbol, the devil horns. Yes, this is a purification mudra. And already you can see my hand shaking and this rune is starting to kind of vibrate a bit. And then after you purify for a few moments, make sure your intention is pure. You want to put life force into it, because if you come to this rune with weakness, with dross, which is, bad metals, corrupted metals, if you come with improper materials, it's like say like you're a woodworker or you work at a steel plant and your foreman is like, hey, show up on time, go do this task, do that. Not that this rune is your boss or your foreman, but just the energy, the respect it has, the rank it carries. You don't want to approach this energy from a stance of weakness. The same with Thor's size. You don't want to come to this room with low energy. You want to come like magnified, like thundering, loud, not shouting, but like letting your stance be known. Like, hey, this is what I want. This is how I want to do it. And then it will, like, that back you up. It'll give you that extra kick, that extra backbone you need to, like, yeah. But yes, a lot of you guys, it reversed for fertility. A lot of you guys, some of you all are pregnant right now. That's no issue. You can have a safe pregnancy. Just make sure you're taking your prenatals. Make sure you're eating. Make sure you're getting sleep, drinking lots of water, doing light exercises, even like aerobic exercises. Stretching, just eating, drinking your milk and stuff like that. Make sure the baby's healthy. But for you all that aren't pregnant or aren't having a pregnancy scare right now, it's like your virality, you might just be stuck in lust traps, or like you're around someone who is like, they're sending you the sexual energy, but they're breadcrumbing you. They don't intend on sleeping with you, even if like you have done something before, or like you have recently done something, or like just they tell you that they want to. This person is literally just baiting you. This is someone that's kind of sick. I mean, they're like hurt, they're damaged, so they do this specifically to men. I'm hearing someone, this is specifically like a seductress that does this to men for sense of control. She has no intentions of sleeping with anyone, and she has been assaulted before. So she is not wanting to connect physically, but she likes the emotional aspect. Just this person is not communicating that, and the way they're doing it just is very slimy. Like, they're not really, like, you always have a weird feeling after you guys have phone sex, like you might actually be on the physical touching, but you're not doing the deed. You're not running before the base. This person is not going to sleep with you. And you're just going to be chasing them, and they are kind of feeding their entity off that energy of like, oh, like I love them so much, and they're just like stringing you along. Again, they're just hurt. This is a damaged person. You can hate them, you can say, oh, they're fucked up, but I mean, they're doing this out of a false sense of love, that they think this is love when it's just manipulation. um so we have a ruse again, um vitality upright. So something that people don't consider, especially when like doing strength training, working out, conditioning, even like take athletes, like basketball players only play in a certain season of the year, like then they have like their own seasons of like the sport, like there's different cycles they follow. So like I think what fall winter is like officially when basketball season starts, but they train all year round, right? They train up to the game and they train after some of their games when they have enough rest, right? So someone is like, you're trying to be this like fucking bullet train, you're trying to be this like unstoppable force, but you actually have to stop and be still to be unstoppable. If you keep reacting and you keep moving and oh, someone's over there and you're like, and like you're pinging it as like right here, but really they're all the fuck way over there. It's like you're not unstoppable. You're very swayed, and this is for the chosen two. You are very swayed and influenced by other energies simply because your center, your core being is off kilter, is off center. So you need to balance yourself, ground yourself, walk barefoot, talk to trees, talk to insects. Do not collect them or hunt them, but talk to them. Be near water, be in water, be water, just be. Um, and again, if this doesn't resonate, don't take it. Like don't make the reading fit around you or your ego. Especially don't make the reading about your ego just because you think, oh, like this sounds good, or oh, like that sounds like me, I'm such a bad person. Like don't self-diagnose like this is Google and you're just typing in random back pain and then it's like, oh, like tuberculosis, like this is not that. It was significant for me to pick up this penny, this 1 cent penny. As you know, these are going out of, they've been saying for years that these are going out of stock, like they're not going to make them. But I want to finish something about this Aruse first before I talk about the penny. It was significant, but basically what I'm saying is like some of y'all, you're training year round and you need to like stop and take breaks. Like if you're trying to get your summer body, we're heading into fall. If you're training for your summer body next year, like, yeah, do a little extra sometimes, but like stop pushing yourself past your limit. You're just going to hurt yourself. This is not an anime where like, yes, some of you guys have like awesome regeneration abilities, but this is not a fictional world where you're just going to, oh, I'm fine. Like sometimes it takes the body, even if mentally, spiritually you're there, your physical body has processes and cycles and things that it needs to heal. And if you're lacking certain nutrients or vitamins or just like sleep deficiency or just like you're working out too intensely, you're going to hurt and strain yourself to the point where your body locks up and you get blocked from doing things on the physical, which would mean like sitting in the cast in your room for 6 months or, being in the hospital. It can get that bad, like sometimes even death. So be careful. Oh, is this? Oh, this is, hold on. Oh, well, we have the blank room, which is weird or Odin, and not weird as in W-E-R-D, but weird as in fate, W-Y-R-D, like the three Norn sisters, past, present, future. There are meditations to enter the realm. Some of you guys need to do a checkup. Some of you guys need to go learn your weird and fate from the sisters, learn your, what's it called, oolong, your org, your borg. It's basically like the ka, the ba in Egyptian, but Norse, it's like your org, your oh, what's it called, not your shadow, but it's like your I'll think of it. It'll come back to me, but your fetch, it's called your fetch. So some of you guys, contrary to popular belief, they tell you if you see your fetch, it means you're marked for death. Not always. Sometimes this is that side revealing itself to you, and you can lose your fetch throughout life. Like just because you have it now doesn't mean you'll have it later. If you're going out to battle with it and using that in terms of things on like your instincts, you're triggered and you go attack with it, well, it may not be a physical thing happening, but it's still happening. So it's like that creates a residue, that creates a scent, a trail, that creates the energy that initiates something or that stops or blocks something. So just be careful like how you're using your different faculties. A lot of you guys like to leave your bodies at night or even throughout the day. Just make sure if you're going super far like off planet, or make sure you have checkpoints or like familiar sights and signs, like, oh, like Uranus or um Uranus or Uranus is 70 degrees this way. When I come around this bend, I'll be back in this galaxy. Like if you're going that far out. Also, take it from someone who has done this. If you're leaving this galaxy astrally, just make sure that you are cleansing yourself after, because you can attract a lot of unknown and dangerous entities and parasites, vermin that will like get on that body and track back here. So there's things out there that are worse than like the Dementors in Harry Potter. They're like I don't want to talk about it, but there's a lot of like scary extra dimensional parasites and vermin out there when you're traveling long distances and you're not connected to your body. You can have an escort take you. You can go in someone needs to hear this, you can go in your royal vehicle, your royal passage, have your chariot carry you. But with this room, basically it's like the future is undecided, so you do have control. You are at the will. You're not possessed at this time. You're not dealing with the entity possession. You know who you are. You are in control of yourself. But with this like fate, it's like something people don't know. And G the Healer said this best. He's like, when you are following your destiny, it becomes fated. If you keep choosing it over and over, you wake up every day, do the same ritual, the same habit, the same pattern, that becomes ingrained in your DNA, and then it becomes something that you will carry out no matter what. So you may not do it to the extent you wanted. It may not look or feel how you thought it would, but if you are this committed to this path, then you will reach that fated destination. And destination, destiny, it all is like the same cycle, same circle. Oh, this one has not come out in a while. We have Kenaz or Kinaz or Kinwaz. And basically this is like controlled fire, like need fire. If you think of need or neath, like restraint, but this is like, there's two perspectives when it comes to like fire, passion, curiosity, creativity. You have controlled, and then you just have what it is. Like you have controlled, and then you have curiosity, or you have chaos, control, and then ordered chaos. And you may say, how can chaos be ordered? That's not true chaos, exactly, because you're manipulating, you're controlling it. So it no longer has that like innocent aspect of just being free. It's now become like a thing. So this is much needed when you have passions burning too bright. It's basically saying you need to like keep your fire lit, stoke it, but don't let these things like burn out your physical. Yes, you can damage your chakras. Yes, you can rot your intestines. You can damage your body by using these esoteric occult functions, such as the chakras or the keys, the gateways, the meridians inside your body, even pressure points. You can deal damage, but you can also heal with this. So it's like, if you're doing damage to heal something, or you're doing damage to free something, or to liberate or enlighten something, just balance it with the opposite. So healing, if you're dishing out damage, also heal the same amount. And sometimes we need to heal ourselves, because even when we inflict pain on others, like you're getting revenge, or someone just been hounding you, and you're like, okay, stop, this is like, you shut them down, like this still has an effect on your heart, especially if you're agreeable, which means that it leaves a residue. So it's like, you may feel guilty or bad about just like telling someone to shut the fuck up when they're like pestering you, just like, hey. It's like, all right, dude, like shut the fuck up. Like, you need to forgive yourself. But this is also the torch. This is also like ancestral intelligence. This is also like the guiding light. This is a ring of fire. This is what else would this be? Brig is coming through, if you know Britannia, or the goddess Brig. And also some say she's Frigg, but that's more Norse, Sartu. Brig is Britannia, or the Tuatha Dananan goddess. We can talk about the Tuatha De Danann and the Anunnaki later. That's a whole nother story. Yes, they have had wars. They've interbreeded. They've, you know. So next we have Logos, and this is like your flow. This is water. This is the element of water. Some of you guys have completed fire ritual. You completed your fire alchemical initiation. Now you have to focus on water. And this came out in a reading I think last month where I said, yes, you guys just did fire. Now it's time for water, and then you have wind and earth. If you look at the alchemical the elemental alchemical symbols for fire, like the triangle, and then like the one upside down with the line through it, and then the it goes fire, water, wind, earth, and spirit is already included because we do these things in spirit. So if you are saying like water, air, earth, fire, that is incorrect, and you're going to mess yourself up in that process. Some of you guys, you have the tools, you have the hardware, just you have improper processes or ways of which you relate, ways of which you convey these expressions. So it's not that to say you're wrong, but just you're using a insufficient input-output system that is more so draining or doing damage to you, even astrally hurting you, instead of being able to just flow through with the proper. Some of you guys are making more work for yourself. If you were to just unfold the process and look at it like a schematics or like a 3D map, you would see that, oh, like, okay, if I put this component first, this shuts down the engine, and because the engine is overworking, this is why the AC is not working. This is why heat is coming out instead of cold air. When I turn on the cold air, when I turn on the heat, it makes the gas pedal, sometimes you need to just look at your processes, lay them out, like lay your blueprints, lay like your big ass like goofy map on the table and be like, look guys, this is where, like every movie when like they're going to like a forbidden area, like a dungeon or something, like, look guys, like lay your map out and look at your plans. And this is for more than just your alchemy. Some of you need to literally like analyze, like, where am I going, where am I headed? Stop your car, pull over, park the car in the garage, go inside the house, take a shower, and rest, sleep, and then wake up and see, like, does this plan still hold up now that I'm sober? Does this plan still hold up now that I'm not tired? Was I stressed when I made these plans? Oh, and would you look at that, guys? We have Thorazaz. So again, the same with Aruz. You want to make sure you have pure intent. Tor does not play that shit, and Tor is very serious when it comes to his commitments and brothers. If you have become a brother with Tor in the past 5 to 9 years, you know what I mean. When you drink the mead with the Asgardians, you are now, at least spiritually, connected to them in that lineage. So if you're going back on your promises, if you're using your vines and thorns on innocent people, even if you are agreeable, but you're just kind of lashing out because you're hurt, you do not have an excuse to do that. You may say, oh, like, you can rationalize that, like, oh, like, I was hurt and people treated me like this, but those people are no longer around you. Especially the ones that you don't have these people around you, you have no excuse to be doing disagreeable acts like this. Pertha was also legal advice, legal counseling, Saturn, the Crone Mother, Ginnungagap, which is Torah's great-grandmother, the primordial goddess of darkness. I have to check this timeline again to scan, but the last few timelines I've been on, there was no information about Ginnungagap, and that is on purpose because, one, they don't want you to know the name. Two, she is, if you want to go Greek or like Egyptian, say Nyx, she would be Nyx's like great-great-grandmother, like the first matriarch of the family on the nighttime darkness goddesses of the stars. So when you go like further back, you tend to get more power, more wisdom, and then the further you go ahead, you tend to get more rounded, more well-rounded, evolved ways. These premortal concepts like darkness, night, chaos, fortune, rich, poor, like, these are not just names and words, but symbols that activate your subconscious. And when you focus and meditate on the energy of poor or rich or chaos or order or neutral, your body reacts. Your DNA releases chemicals in the mind and the brain, and then your body has a physical reaction to these smells, scents, and sensations that causes you to act in certain ways. So it's like, these are not just like, oh, like abracadabra, like that does something to the mind too. That, so some of you guys are around people where it's like they use these mystical terms and you've been feeling kind of weird or tired, and it's literally just them draining you. Some people are very good at speech, but they are just feeding on you. So it's like, be careful of who you are subscribing to or saying like, oh, like this person has the answers, because really we know nothing. And I will say it, I know nothing, I know nothing, I know nothing. Some of you need to look in the mirror and say that, because these people you're around have you feeling like you're the shit, which is fine, but like if you build your base off of cockiness, especially in a new environment, when that confidence is questioned or, you know, comes tumbling down, you're going to look like a fool. And not just a fool like a new beginning or beginner's mindset, you're going to look like an idiot. So be careful of letting people like gas your head up, or, you know, these people, they may not know who you are, what you are. They just want to get info. They're trying to gas your head up and see what happens if they see you crash out. So be careful with that. And that is the reading for today, guys. I'm going to end on this note. I will be making some more videos about your orb or your Borg, your Oolong, your Fetch, your twin. Especially if you're a Gemini, you should know about that by now, that you have a twin. I got you. So do with that what you will, my guys. Peace, Hadus, Ashug, Wadu.